Good evening, PIVSTER'S. Here we are back with another video for our hashtag series Next Move. So, as you have all seen, we had a previous good close for the previous week, and you might have seen good moves happening in banks, also in surprising moves in ITs and FMCG also, and also not to forget we are having results declared of Infosys, and second is HDFC on 15th of April, and for the forthcoming week we have other major banks declaring their result and also Reliance. So we will just discuss about what is first. We will just turn up to see what the actual week, or you can say firstly we can analyze what the previous week did. Second, we will analyze the broader perspective of the market as we start with the video. Third, we will go on to check what are the basic key points apart from before applying the pivot points, what are the basic key points the chart has to say. Okay, then we'll move on to check with the pivot point analysis, and finally we will conclude our video with our uh, next week analysis. Okay, so just quickly starting, and for a precautionary note, if you want to mark those levels on your chart also, you can do that because they will be a good reference point in the coming sessions, and you might see some good learning also happening in this particular week. So we will see how we can plan this week for the upcoming for the coming week, and also how we can progress towards the indices. Okay, so as you can see, we have a nifty chart here. Okay, and as you know from past many videos, you might have been seeing this particular sell zone. Okay, I'm not applying the pivot points right now. We will do a very basic study first. Okay, so you can see a very basic supply zone here. Okay, now all these drawings which I have marked is my pre-hand drawing, so I will show you why and how I have marked it. So basically, if you just see, we have a supply zone in Nifty weekly. Okay, we are approaching towards that again, and similarly in Bank Nifty, if you see, Bank Nifty also has that same sell zone coming up here. Just a minute. See, for Bank Nifty, this was a long-term sell zone. Okay, now if you see, we got some strength candles here, and then again this whole thing was getting engulfed, right? And what we did at this particular part, if you watch closely, look, we took a breakdown. Okay, I'm talking about this particular point here. See, we took a breakdown here, retest, again a new low, and then again we are approaching, and we have closed above this particular zone. What does this mean? Means this resistance zone, okay, which turned into demand zone, then again got turned into sell zone. Okay, now again will act as a demand zone. Are you understanding? So this is a basic swap level theory or swap zone theory. Okay, so if you are done with here, we will progress towards Nifty. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so Nifty also, if you see, we had some good strength candles. If you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 4 8, yeah, 11 candles. That means 11 weeks of up move. And if you observe this particular pattern, okay, I want your attention here, because this is something very interesting happening in Nifty and Bank Nifty as well. But Nifty, it is very clearly, you can just spot that out. We will see that. So for instance, if I just come up with this particular thing, just a minute. Now see, if you just observe closely, okay, check the lows. Okay, so 11 weeks, almost 11 weeks means almost a quarter we were high on energy in Nifty. Do you realize that? Okay, and that's exactly when where we hit our all-time highs. and then we also created a new high almost near to that particular region, and then we again dropped off. Okay, so OG high was this particular thing. Now the important thing to consider here is, if you see the similar move has happened on a daily time frame also. Now if I show you that same thing over here, let's move to daily time frame. Okay, now observe this thing very carefully. In the last video we had discussed that this particular thing, that the budget day candle where the actual selling came in the market. Okay, you can see. So see what is happening here. If you observe closely, we took a false failed auction here, then again we got down, took again a failed auction, went up, again made a new low, and then again we are somewhere to this particular level. Now few things to mark in this particular chart is, if you just closely observe, check this thing out, check this particular candle formations. Okay, and then what is the market doing at these particular zones? Good sell zone near to 18,200 to 400. Okay, as if, everyone in the market might know this. Now if you just watch closely, we have something sort of similar pattern here. Okay, see these three candles and either be dekhiye. So we can just plot these levels for a quick reversal. Also you can see this is also a range high for the budget day, that is around 17,970 or 18,000 to be very specific. Okay, taking a roundabout number. So if we just conclude something from this, we can see that we might turn up for a dip from this particular area. Okay, exactly which levels we can just pinpoint that when we come to the ending of the video, that is conclusion part, or in between where we will check the next week levels. Okay, so coming back to what we were speaking, so this is one level of confluence. Now second level of confluence will come here. So observe carefully. When the market started to fall from this budget day candle, okay, just a minute. Check here. See, where is this thing? Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the ninth day, we took or we broke the day high. Okay, so 9 days of continuous fall without breaking the day high. Now, can you spot a similar pattern here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days straight without breaking day low. So going by that perspective, and no, and to be very precise, you are seeing almost similar reactions here. Okay, and also a range high. So definitely we might not see, this thing indicates the broadest trend is strong. Okay, but we need a slight dip to like accumulate or accommodate the liquidity in a, or you can say churn the liquidity in a better way, and therefore making the overall trend stronger for a new all-time high, right? But the new all-time high is slightly like far away from as of now, because it is somewhere around 18,800. Okay, but for that we just have to break the long-term resistance of 18,200 to 300. But we will not go up till there, because we have some different discussions to make a point or make a note of. Now similarly, if you see Bank Nifty also, so Bank Nifty will also show you some similar patterns. Okay, have a look now. See, so this was the budget day candle, correct? 1st Feb, from where the Adani Fiscaso came in the market, and then you might have seen what happened in the market. Okay, now if you just have a close look here, similar patterns can be seen in Bank Nifty too. Okay, check. Right, so what we can do, we can just plot this particular levels. Okay, so somewhere from here we can expect a dip first till range break, because this is also given a range break. Okay, and similar formations, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, almost 7 days. Similarly, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, seventh day we close, and then it again started to rise up. Almost similar scenario happening in Bank Nifty too, but Nifty, it is ongoing, so you can expect somewhat like this candle in Nifty. Okay, and then again we can progress towards the higher highs. So Bank Nifty clearly is leading from here. If you observe this thing closely, Bank Nifty is always leading Nifty from past, you can say, 1 year, if you go and observe. So that is exactly what is happening right now also. So you have to be very specific with the levels. Okay. Now, coming back to the main point here. Now, I hope you have got a broader context of what exactly is happening out here. Right. Now, one more point to note here is, see, as Bank Nifty is leading, we need some leading, you can say, indication to just say that Bank Nifty can reverse or take a dip from here. Okay, so what we will do, we will quickly take a midpoint analysis of this sell candle. Okay, so where is the midpoint over here? Just let's quickly mark, and also let's mark the let's say 75%. Okay, so somewhere exactly, if you just see, we can trigger our dips from these particular levels. We already have reached these particular levels. Okay, so make sure that you play accordingly. Means you do not have to be aggressive bull right now. Whatever you have taken long from around previous week, you can just trail that until and unless we like go onto a linear fashion of up move. We will discuss that in a minute or two. Okay, and similarly for Nifty though is very clear. Nifty, if you can see, Nifty is very clear. It can just hit somewhere around 17,900, 18,000. There on we can take a dip. But exactly will this go to this particular levels or not, we will discuss in a couple of minutes. So this was a broader overview without any indicators or something like that. Okay, so I hope you got very clear with that. Now, the main question of this, or you can say for Monday, is what will Infosys and HDFC do? Infosys, you might have clearly seen, we got a negative ADR of around 8 to 9%. Okay, so let's quickly move to Infosys first. And then if you see for HDFC also, we had a miss on the estimates, but that is a slight different story. Okay, and as you know, we have banks and ITs who have a inverse relation. If banks are up, ITs are down. ITs are up, banks are down. So definitely we can expect that relation to hold tomorrow too. So if we consider, let's say, if we go by the ADR, okay, then Nifty might, Infi or Infosys might try to break the previous 52-week low or the current 52-week low, which lies at, just check, where does it lies? 1355. Let's say it opens directly gap down by going by the ADR from the previous close, that is around 8%. Okay, roughly 8 to 9%. Let's say 9%. Okay, so where does it comes? Somewhere around 1260, 1260, 1265. I'm talking if this hits a lower circuit tomorrow, going by the ADR, but things can be different tomorrow. We will exactly see how can Infi react tomorrow. Okay, but for instance, you just need to know where we are heading towards. Now, coming to a broader perspective here, if you see, Infi has been protecting its previous 52-week low, okay, from past year. And also, not to forget, we have this particular 52-week low also as the previous year low. So we will be going very bearish if Infi goes below 1355 tomorrow or opens below 1355 tomorrow, right? So you have to be very specific with that. Now, coming back to HDFC Bank, sorry. This scenario is slightly different here. If you see, the strength candle came here, okay, which took and made a new all-time high and 52-week high. But from there, you can see we created a sell zone. Basic price actions. After that, you can see the reactions. Okay, this was the candle for HDFC Twins merger. Okay, which the news came and then it was denied by NCLT. Now the case is currently going on. Okay, so you can see that particular reaction for that particular week. Now coming back to this particular point, something very interesting is happening in this particular script. If you closely observe, let us first mark the midpoint of this particular candle, because this is the strength candle. And if you see, check this thing out. So let's assume HDFC Bank has to open, let's say, towards a new all-time high. Okay, so how much moment does it needs? Roughly 2%. Okay, above 2% it will create a new all-time high. So what it can do, there are two possibilities for tomorrow. As you can see, buyers have shown the strength here on a weekly time frame, and they are going and they are confident to just take this particular thing out. But let's say, considering the, you can say, sentiments of the market, if Infi goes or opens as per the ADR, okay, then it would be very difficult for banks to sustain that particular momentum, because both Nifty and Bank Nifty are due for a dip. Okay, so in the first half or in the second half, banks might also turn bearish. Now that's a possibility we will discuss when we will talk about the next week levels. Okay, now I hope you are clear until here, and now we'll move further to what can happen in HDFC. So if you see, HDFC might open towards a new all-time high, HDFC Bank, sorry, and then it might just take a dip towards these particular levels. Okay, then again it might just show something like this, but it will do like this or not, we will just confirm when we go towards the smaller time frame. Okay, now if you are clear with this particular thing, then we can just proceed with our next part, that is next move, or basically what we make this particular videos for. Correct? So coming back to Nifty first, and coming back to my charts, this is how I see my pivot charts. Okay, so clearly if you see, from April, from you can say from ending of March till now, we are in a linear move. What does linear move means? It means in a single direction. You can just check that thing out. No changes, no, you can say, manipulations, a neat and clean move. But something to observe here is, from the past 3 to 4 days, from here on, if you see, if you just go and check the data of the previous week, almost 3 straight continuous day, we had some stocks making a gap up of 4-5% and then sustaining that particular moves. Okay, first was Tata Motors, second we had Kotak Bank, third we had AU Bank. That was like bizarre, because a small cap microfinance bank was holding Bank Nifty alone by 150 points. Okay, so that cannot be like something very strange, right? So it depicts that someone is trying to continue the linear move, but it was like some emotional, or you can say some price action patterns to be completed. Like if you see, both the indices have a W shaped pattern in a daily time frame. If you just closely observe, Nifty also has a W shaped pattern which it completed as per the targets of price action. Have a look. ये देखिए. Okay. Similarly in Bank Nifty, right? So somewhere or the other, someone tried to play emotionally in the market just by picking up stocks or using them to open with a good intensity, and throughout that they holded that particular level throughout the day. Okay, and you can see the linear momentum happening in both the indices according to that. And similarly, if you see Bank Nifty also, Bank Nifty will also show the similar kind of moves. Though we had a good dip here, but it was massive up move the very next day. This was Kotak Bank. They used Kotak to open like 4-5% gap up and then again up. And if you observe all these gap ups, be it Tata Motors, be it Kotak Bank, be it AU Bank, all these three scripts which were opened directly at 4-5%. AU Bank though was around 10-15%. Okay, pre-open. So if you just check those stocks out, none had some, you can say, justification of that particular up move at the pre-open. It was just some news. Okay, Tata Motors performed well in European regions. Okay, it was just a news which took the stock, or which rocketed the stock like 4-5% gap up. Then came Kotak. Kotak was into rebalancing or something like that, or I guess some FDI exposure limit increasing, something like that news. And on that news, it got 4-5% gap up. And then comes your AU Small Finance Bank, and that you saw, that was also a news-driven move. But you can just use all these, you can say, news and the stock moments into a nutshell to compare how this particular linear move was achieved. Definitely, this if you see in terms of volume, you might find very low volumes, but moves are very high. Okay, or the linear moves are continuing basically. So where exactly the problem lies? Because if you tell the market is healthy, the stocks are doing good, the news are positive, also we have good structure towards new 52-week highs, okay, for many stocks, then what is exactly wrong in the market? So basically, first, the trigger is definitely IT, that we got a hint from TCS results. Infi has definitely missed the estimates. Okay, and the commentary was not also, it was 50-50. It was neither too weak, neither too strong. Okay, then comes HDFC Bank. It has almost added 4 lakh crores to its balance sheet. That is almost, how much, you can just say, almost a Kotak Bank, or yeah, almost a Kotak Bank into itself. So you can imagine the growth of that particular bank being the India's biggest private bank, or let's say India's biggest bank. You can imagine such type of growth in the balance sheet, as adding the total assets to a tune of 4 lakh crores from, let's say, uh, previous year it has 20 lakh crores, now it has 24 lakh crores. So that is somewhere around 4,000, or uh, 4,000 crores jump. Okay, so that gives a specific idea that what is the tune of growth in such a huge bank. So that is definitely, it might be a 0.5 or 0.75% miss in the estimates, but it doesn't gives you a bearish sentiments for banks. So basically, I believe we can play slightly differently, and you can keep an eye. See, the entire market would be keeping an eye on Infi and HDFC Bank for tomorrow, but we should have our eyes where the actual play can happen. That is, if you observe carefully, along with HDFC Bank, we also have a moment simultaneously in HDFC too. And what is HDFC? HDFC is NBFC arm. So that is to be very specifically understood, that you have to think slightly different from the market for tomorrow. Okay, because why I'm saying that, Monday would be a adjustment between Infi and IT and bank. Okay, but the undue advantage can be taken by NBFCs. So keep an eye on NBFCs, especially uh, you can say small finance bank, also your MFSL, Chola Finance, everything that falls into Bajaj Finance, into NBFCs. Okay, because HDFC move will set a benchmark for Fin Nifty expiry for Tuesday. So undue advantage or the hidden moves can be seen in NBFCs is what I believe for the upcoming week. You can keep a track of such moves and we can see how it ended up. Okay, so that is what I think. I would like to think very, very different from the market. From the market, I mean that from the retail crowd, because everyone knows the move is done. Infi agar niche open hua, then it has to open down. Okay, no one can stop that. If HDFC Bank has to open up, it will open up. No one can stop that. But what can happen is the hidden move towards the twin of that particular thing. And that is exactly what I'm trying to pinpoint about. That is HDFC. HDFC is NBFC arm, so it will definitely give an impact on NBFCs. Okay, and not to forget, HDFC has closed near to its new 52-week highs. I will show you this thing. Have a check with a good strength candles. So that is why I'm saying that keep a good watch on HDFC. If HDFC Bank opens good for tomorrow on a new all-time high, that is around 2%, that would alone give Bank Nifty up move of 210 points. Okay, so you can imagine what kind of strength it would create in the market. Definitely Infi, if it opens gap down, or below 52-week lows, then definitely it has to be adjusted. First half can be used for adjustments of that particular moves to control the damage caused by Infi. Okay, but in a Bazaar's event, I believe that Nifty already has discounted some of the move, so Nifty can be roughly around 5-6% down, max to max. Okay, I might be wrong. Nifty can also hit like 8, 9, 10 according to the ADR. It can also hit LC. But what I feel is Nifty can max be drawn down to somewhere around 5-6%, and then it can retrace back also. Okay, keeping the market good in first half according to the adjustment, and then on, if we feel some weakness, and how you can pinpoint that, simply by making a mark of previous day low, because as you see we had 9 days up move, 9 days down move in both the indices. So keeping a track of that, we should be keeping a close watch on previous day low for each session of the market for the upcoming week. Anytime we are breaking previous day low, that indicates a weakness or incursion of responsive sellers into the indices. Okay, we will discuss that also. I will show you that at which particular levels they can turn up. So I hope you can understand how you can play out. Just be different from the crowd and you will get the opportunity to earn as well, learn as well, and also be very, very creative in terms of how the market functions. Okay, try to be one step ahead of the market, but with good logics. Okay, so now coming to the final part of our analysis, that is next move for the upcoming week. Let's go and analyze that. So see, Definitely, we had a linear move, so we will see a bullish GPZ into formations across every stock in Nifty 50 mostly, and also you can say Bank Nifty also similar movements. But crucial points to watch out for this particular week would be, just see. Now let's say suppose HDFC Bank opens 2% gap up tomorrow. That is what it requires to form a new all-time high. Okay, so according to that, Bank Nifty alone gets a move of 200 points, 210 points. Now let's say that is managed by some downfall in ICICI, Kotak, somewhat like that. Okay, to nullify that particular moment of HDFC Bank, considering if IT is also like opening good gap down, so definitely it will pull the market down. Okay, but if HDFC Bank has to first hit all-time highs, then it can just do that particular thing. So let's consider ये सब arrangement or adjustment हो के भी roughly Bank Nifty can, let's assume Bank Nifty opens 100 points gap up, let's say. Okay, so where is the closing? 137. Let's say 150 points, somewhere around 200 300, that is somewhere around this particular area, that is near to initiative players of this particular month. So this area is to be watched out very carefully for the upcoming week. अगर हम gap up भी हो जा रहे हैं इसके ऊपर, something like this, then we can just come down towards the CPR first if the move is bearish. Correct? Then on, you know the drill, how GPZs work. This can be turned into resistance. Then on, you can just go further. Ab either you have very good, you can say, confluences of levels. So understand this particular chart first. If weakness has to come in Bank Nifty, let's say in this particular form, HDFC Bank is doing good and then suddenly the market drops. Okay, considering the strength of the overall market, then also you have good, sorry, let me just switch this thing off first. Then also you have good references coming into confluence with your weekly levels. So see, around this particular level, that is 42,000, your quarterly initiative responsive sellers might also turn in. Okay, now these players can set a bull trap somewhere at this particular monthly high. That is what I am planning, okay, or what I am seeing. If HDFC Bank opens with good gap up tomorrow, at least 2.5% to make a new all-time high, then this particular thing can happen. Chances are high. If let's say Infi and HDFC Bank both are opening gap down, which I don't feel, probability is less, okay, because as you have seen, HDFC is closing near to 52-week high. HDFC Bank would also try to do that. We can see that it opens at all-time high and then on it just falls. That can be also the probability. But the thing is, it might just open near to all-time high, is what we can just assume, right? Or that is what I also see happening for tomorrow. But as I said, I would pray very differently for tomorrow. I would be very concerned with NBFC and Reliance. That is for sure, because I would like to play very different. If that case is happening, and if the broader fall is coming in the market in the second half, then also be very specific with the oversold stocks. That is FMCG, which was falling, then pharma. You can see previous week it has good export datas coming in. Okay, and you can see good movement in pharma stocks. So you can also plan out for that particular thing also. So all the defensive packs can just give a pullback while the market comes down for a dip. So that can also go as well. So everything depends upon how we open for tomorrow. But I am preparing you for each and every situation we come across for tomorrow. If you have to go with the crowd, go with the crowd. If you have to be slightly different, go as I said. Or third thing, stay calm, stay aside, and try to learn something from this upcoming week. You will have much more knowledge, enhancement of knowledge, and better executions. So that's how you can progress. Okay, Now quickly coming to where we were speaking, see, so this can be the momentums. You have very good indications of sellers also matching up with your uh, downfall move. For up move may, it is very simple. If we open somewhere like this, okay, somewhere here, and we travel somewhere here, chances are we can do something like this. We might just consolidate and then again come towards this particular point and then further go up. But chances of this scenario happening is low as of now, because we are also have to adjust the downfall of IT. Okay, so according to that, this particular scenario, like this particular scenario, is much more favorable for the upcoming week. So this was for Bank Nifty. Now coming to Nifty, Nifty will also have the same progression. Okay, so if you talk about Nifty, Nifty also has bullish GPZ. Nifty has very clean moves. If you see, good linear moves, good clean linear moves, but the confluences are very strong in Nifty, as I said. As you see, the broader picture is somewhere near to 19,070. That is also a breakout level for this particular week. So chances of up move beyond this particular range can be very less as of now. Let's say Infosys open gaps, Infosys gaps down. Okay, so that would certainly put a pressure on Nifty, and it can just first come for a deeper pullback towards your pivot or towards the weekly bottom central, that is 17,720. Correct. But as you know, if Infi open downs, HDFC goes up, then definitely the management would be done by defensive sectors or Reliance alone. Reliance alone can surge up. That can also be a very strong possibility to keep the linear moves intact for the first half. And then in the second half, you can see a fall. That is also possible. So, as I said, everything would depend upon the pre open tomorrow, how the pre open is happening. And Reliance also has good potential to support the market for adjustment purposes if both are contradicting each other. Infi down, HDFC up. Okay, HDFC Bank up. So keep a note of that too. What I'm trying to say here is, so see, if let's say opening is somewhere here, then technically we will just give a up move somewhere here. Similar kind of fashions. Initiative sellers आएंगे towards monthly responsive players, lows somewhere here, then again here. Okay, something like this can happen in Nifty if the trend remains bearish. Okay, and if banks also start to fall after the first half, or if both open down, like Nifty, Infi and HDFC Bank both open towards negative side, then this can be a scenario. If this is a scenario, definitely Reliance would be used to control that particular damage, and Reliance single-handedly would be used for that thing. No other stock is required then. Okay, so keep a tight watch on how the open is happening for tomorrow. So ऐसा कुछ निफ्टी का सिनेरियो है. Opening above is also a possibility if Infi opens somewhere, let's say 5 or 6% down and then immediately gives a pullback. Okay, so maybe you can just see a flat opening also and then towards the upside, similar bull trap like Bank Nifty, but this scenario is not possible as of now. Okay, unless and until some good or as you know, one more stock can just gap up 4-5% like they have used previous 3-4 stocks doing that. So that can also happen. Be very specific with that. Okay, but chances of up move as of now, we feel it is not perfectly something like that, but we can see something happening in this particular form, ye wala form. Okay, and also you have a good confluence of double tops here, something like this. Okay, so keep a watch on that. That is what I'm telling. So this was the analysis for both Nifty, Bank Nifty. It's I hope it's very clear to you all how you have to proceed, how you have to act. If you have to go with the crowd, how you can play it along. Yeah, if you have to be very different from the crowd, how you can play around. Okay, but I would like to be very different from the crowd for the upcoming week, is what I believe. Okay, because I see the hidden inflows coming to the NBFCs, and NBFCs, Reliance, and third can be FMC, defensive sectors, any of the one. Okay, so they can be picked up for that particular purpose. FMCG is also trading towards new 52 weeks high. If you see ITC, let's check what is ITC doing. If you see near to 52 weeks high. Okay, then Hindustan Unilever, FMCG again fall from 52 week high, and then again you can progress. A buyer's candle is here, so if it sustains the midpoint here, which it is clearly not sustaining as of now, but if tomorrow the thing is bearish, then these sectors can perform good, or just give a pullback to adjust that particular up move and down move का जो भी खिचड़ी होगा कल. Okay, then again TCS, if you see near to 52 week low. Okay, if IT goes down, then this can also feel the impact. Also, L&T had made a new 52 week high. Reality sector was doing good. Then ICIC, if you see, again it can just support banks traveling towards 52 week high. Okay, then Axis can be in a range bound situation again. It can also give a breakout. See, budget candle. Okay, somewhere near to 900. So banks can be in a good move to adjust the downfall in IT if something like that happens, is what I believe. But I would be much more interested in this particular stock alone for the upcoming week. This alone would set a benchmark for the hidden move of NBFCs. So keep a track on that. I would highly recommend you that. Okay, just play slightly away from the crowd and you might just see the difference. Tata Motors, ये देखिए, gap up and now towards 52 week high. Maruti, again an auto stock, already has formed similar to Hindustan Unilever. Okay, it would just मतलब खाली अपना योगदान देंगे. Okay, Asian Paints, this is forming a good structure here. Okay, so keep a watch on Asian Paints also, because it is a commodity driven stock. So, and crude oil is also like on a flat note to a bearish stance as of now. So it might just give a good surge to Asian Paint also. Out of the blue, it can just bounce up. जैसे कि टाटा मोटर्स कोटक यूज हुआ था ना, this can be one stock which can do wonders if picked up rightly by the bulls. So you can see some good gap up in this stock too. Uneven gap ups, maybe. Okay, so plan for this particular thing too. Then Wipro, again an IT stock, bouncing from 52 week low. HCL Tech also, it is not there, but you can just keep a watch. SBI, PSU's leader. See, budget candle के अंदर ही है. So keep a watch on this also. How the PSU moves, correct? Then Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. Keep a very good eye upon these particular stocks, because धमाका मेरे ख्याल से इन्हीं stocks में होने वाला है for the upcoming week, right? Near to 52 week lows, both the stocks, NBFC stocks. So keep a good eye, because HDFC, the leader, is towards new 52 week highs, and if it sustains due to good results by HDFC Bank, if the market feels they are good, then you can also see similar pullback moves coming in Bajaj Finance also. So that is why I'm saying you keep keep a good eye on those particular stocks also. Okay, they can drive or sustain Nifty or try to control the damage caused by IT for tomorrow. And also they have Fin Nifty expiry on the consecutive day. So that's where you can just play things around. Bulls can play things around with NBFCs is what I feel. So keep a good eye on these particular stocks also. So I hope you are clear about what is the broader markets doing, how you can plan your days for the upcoming week, and how can the upcoming week turn out. On that note, let's meet in the next video. And one good request is we have already published our part 1 again, just to show you. Just a minute. So this is our part 1 again. Sorry. See, all these were banned. सारा बैन करा हुआ without any proper reason. Streams also, if you see, this was the highest running stream on that day, on that particular week also, which was took down immediately. The live stream stopped. I don't know why. See, it was trending across TV on that particular day. All of them banned. Scripts, if you see, ये देखिए, all of them are banned, right? So basically we have our part 1 also here. Okay, I will post the link in the description. Do check it out. We will release part 2 also, and also some new indicators for our pivot community. So on that note, have a good week ahead. Wishing you all the best for good profits opportunity coming towards you for the upcoming week. And on that note, signing off. Good night.